It all started with a big bang nearly 14 billion years ago. With the explosion started a system of which we are part of today. The afterglow of this tremendous and unexpected expansion of the cosmos can still be seen. With the help of science, we have been able to see a glimpse of how it all started. But there is something that is promising to tell us that what happened in the next chapter of the early universe. Until now, there were many mysteries that could not be solved. But now, with the James Webb Space Telescope, we will be able to peer back in time and space to see the very first stars and galaxies that formed from hot, dense clumps of gas and dust. To find out about the 5 mysteries of this universe that are about to be solved. The James Webb Space Telescope is a billion-dollar project. The JSWT is a project that took decades in the making, basically the entire lifetime of astronomer Laura Kriegberg. She says the new telescope will help scientists study the atmosphere of planets far beyond our solar system. Now, as the project has been launched, the eyes are all set to the next step. Here are 5 big questions scientists hope the James Webb Space Telescope will help them answer, from the beginning of time to now. Number 5. What did the first galaxies and stars look like? JWST is sometimes described as a replacement for the Hubble Space Telescope. Hubble has been in operation for more than 30 years, providing us with breathtaking views of the universe, as well as tens of thousands of scientific findings. We hope and expect it will continue to operate for many years to come. However, it was unable to detect the faintest of objects. The James Webb Space Telescope, on the other hand, will be able to observe wavelengths of light from the very earliest stars and galaxies. It may even be able to see population 3 stars, stars that formed from primordial material from the Big Bang, which have never been glimpsed at before. The universe was a boiling cloud of energy and seething plasma for the first 300,000 years or so, known as the Cosmic Dark Age, where light couldn't penetrate. As the cosmos expanded and cooled over the following billion years, the first stars pumped forth hydrogen and helium, altering the plasma around them. Those first stars would have looked nothing like the ones we see now. We have been unable to see them, but now, with the James Webb in space, the scientists are hoping to get a glimpse of those stars and galaxies. Knowing when the first stars were formed shortly after the Big Bang, and how they produced the building blocks of the first galaxies is crucial scientific subject, and one of JWST's key science goals. However, studying the first stars and galaxies is not the only scientific program JWST will perform. Number 4. Why are these supermassive black holes at the center of galaxies? Black holes are one of the biggest space mysteries. A supermassive black hole, millions to billions of times the mass of our Sun, lurks at the heart of every galaxy. The first image of gas swirling around the edge of a black hole 6.5 billion times the mass of the Sun at the center of M87 galaxy was acquired in 2019. However, we have no idea how creatures like this black hole come to be. Nobel laureate John Mather of NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, who is leading the project, said, "One way that it could happen is that the first generation of stars made small black holes, and then those small black holes started to swallow up either other stars or gaseous material, or dark matter, or whatever is out there to eat." The scientists don't know how the black holes grew up to be millions and billions of times the mass of the Sun. However, this mystery is on the list of the most powerful telescope ever. Number 3. How are new stars in the Milky Way born? A vast cloud of gas and dust known as a nebula is where stars are formed. The Hubble Space Telescope has collected breathtaking photographs of these star nurseries in the Milky Way throughout the years. It's difficult to see what's going on beneath the clouds since nebulas are so dusty. The iconic Pillars of Creation in the Eagle Nebula is one of the most famous Hubble Space Telescope photographs. You can see here on the left, the pillars appear to be in the visible light spectrum, while on the right, they appear to be in a narrow band of infrared light. In the infrared region, the upcoming James Webb Space Telescope will be considerably more powerful. In the image on the right, it should be able to see even further into the black splotches. According to Dr. Strawn, the photos will be breathtaking. One of the most fascinating aspects of the infrared light is that it allows us to see down into the dust clouds where stars and newborn planets are developing. Number 2. It's a question that almost every one of us wants to know the answer to. Could alien life exist in our own solar system? The question of our lone existence in this massive universe is not letting the scientists sleep. The telescope will explore many things, but the most important of all will be the search for life on other planets. Webb will conduct in-depth research on the planets in our solar system and other planetary systems. It will detect the presence of extraterrestrial bodies in space. The JWST, as it is called, may be able to look for signs of alien life, detecting whether atmospheres of planets orbiting nearby stars are being modified by that life. The sensitivity of the James Webb Space Telescope will allow it to directly see alien worlds, even though no one could have predicted this when the telescope was first built. Planets orbiting other stars had not yet been discovered when JWST was envisioned in 1989. Although planet formation theories predicted the existence of such worlds, the first exoplanets were discovered only in 1992. Number 1. The question of our habitability on any other planet. Is there another planet out there like Earth? Can we inhabit any other planet? The answer to this question will be the best science discovery so far. We only knew about the planets in our own solar system a little over a decade ago. However, since the introduction of sky-sweeping planet-hunting observatories like the Kepler Space Telescope and its successor, the Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite, or TESS, we've identified over 4,800 planets orbiting foreign stars. Some of these planets, such as the sub-Neptunes, which are larger than Earth but smaller than Neptune, are unlike anything else in our solar system. Other planets are similar in size to Earth and orbit their sun's habitable zone, the temperature range where life could flourish. The ultimate goal is to find a planet that is similar to Earth, but doing so would necessitate a very fortunate set of conditions, as they are expected to be rare in the solar neighborhood and faint in comparison to the parent star. JWST will most likely investigate gas giants like Jupiter and Saturn, as well as ice giants such as Uranus and Neptune in our own solar system. There are numerous large planets in closer orbits than ours, more intense heating of their atmospheres, and more dynamic weather conditions in none of the known planetary systems. JWST will be able to observe our own planetary system in addition to investigating planets outside of our solar system. JWST will also be able to examine the atmospheres and seasonal weather fluctuations of all planets outside the Earth's orbit around the Sun. Astronomers hope to conduct the first extensive analysis of a habitable zone planet's atmosphere using JWST's sensitive infrared spectrometers. Much closer to home, the enhanced spectrometer power will be useful for sniffing out clues of possible life and assisting space missions. The expenditure of developing an ambitious, game-changing telescope like JWST must be justified with detailed plans and concepts for what will be discovered. However, there will be surprises that no one can predict. Exoplanets were primarily science fiction when Hubble was launched, but investigating exoplanets became one of Hubble's major duties. The scientists are curious as to what kind of science they can expect from JWST. For the giant telescope to solve these mysteries, it has to survive a month-long trek out to its final post and a carefully choreographed deployment process. The unfolding has begun, and the scientists are holding their breaths for all to go according to plan. What are your views on this massive telescope? Is it really going to bring the revolution in space studies? Share your views in the comments section below. If you like the content, do give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon for the updates on upcoming space videos. Until then, have a great day, and thanks for watching.